Vietnam is completely unexpected and amazing. I'm overwhelmed by this country. I don't know when I've ever met a people who are so warm and have such a positive outlook on life, on tourism, on everything that's going on in their world. Maybe it's a jaded perspective. I mean, I'm a tourist after all. I'm here as a tourist. I have money to do things. I'm dealing with people who are benefiting from tourism. So I think there's probably another side to it. But for the most part, even the taxi drivers I've met have been easygoing. I've heard this is very much a North Vietnam thing, and that in the South, things are much more like Thailand and Indonesia. There's a lot more hustle, a lot more activity. A young guy I met yesterday at a restaurant called Bow Wow. He's kind of summed it all up perfectly, the parts that I'm not seeing. He said, the more tourists I meet, the more I realize how great my country is, if you have money. Ding, ding, ding. That's it. The tourist experience has been pretty good. I mean, if you have just a little bit in terms of US dollars, you can get pretty much whatever you want here. It's all for sale, and it's all very reasonably priced. It makes no sense that in a communist country that the locals, though, are stuck being servants to the visiting capitalists. I probably have deluded myself for years about such things, but now it's obvious. Communism has completely and totally failed, and with only 4 countries left in the world that practice it, the people of those countries are all living in abject poverty. The thing is, though, the people lounging by the pool, getting served on the cruise boats in Ha Long Bay, hiking at Min Bin or touring the villages in Sapa, they're not the locals. They're all visitors. They're all being served by the locals. Like tourism everywhere else, there are those who serve and there are those who eat. And this became slightly unsettlingly clear to me on the old cruise boat in Ha Long Bay. The tourist experience here was challenging in some ways. I'm not sure if it's because I booked a budget tour or if all the tours this way. I mean, to be fair, I didn't book the lowest tier. I booked something more mid-tier, what I thought was one step down from top tier because the top tier was so reasonable. But what I got seems to have been somewhere around the worst tier on several levels and the best tier on others. The most disappointing was the Ha Long Bay cruise tour. I mean, I paid an upgrade fee so that I could have a nicer cabin on a classic wooden junk, and it wasn't that. But in fairness, I met some really nice people on the boat. I had a great time. It was beautiful. The crew was amazing. The crew, who would bring us course after course of food, all took their meals together, sitting on the launch. Simple meals, people just hanging out, living real life. They slept on the floor of the dining room. The smiling hotel staff in the old quarter of Hanai, they all slept on the floors too. But I don't think it's without hope. You know, cooperatives and cooperativism are really the way forward here, a regenerative kind of tourism, and I looked for that. I didn't find it in many places, but last night I ate at a little restaurant, and I met the owner, who's a super intelligent lady named Than. She's building this network of local people who are buying land, creating tours, they're developing lodging, they're creating classes, and they're doing all kinds of other services. What they're doing is bridging coffee growers with hoteliers, with restaurateurs, with guides, and they're building businesses to create a vibrant hub of individual owners who cooperate together to make a better future for each other. And in the process, what's really interesting is that they're also creating a better tourist and visitor. What I mean is that the tourists and visitors who engage with the people who are in this co-op, they leave more educated, more connected to local ways of doing things. And ultimately, they make Vietnam better for everyone, not just for the people who are bringing money here.
Never expect to be in places alone like this.
It happens. Weather is helpful.
An Khê, An Nhơn, An Thới, An Pa, Bắc Giang, Bắc Cạn, Bạc Liêu, Bắc Ninh, Ba Đồn, Bảo Lộc, Bà Rịa, Bến Cát, Bến Lức, Bến Tre, Biên Hòa, Bỉm Sơn, Bình Long, Bình Minh. Buôn Hồ, Buôn Ma Thuột, Buôn Chấp, Cái Dầu, Cai Lậy, Cà Mau, Cẩm Phả, Cam Ranh. Cần Thơ, Cao Bằng, Cao Lãnh, Châu Đốc, Chí Linh, Trân Thành, Chư Sê, Cửa Lò, Củ Chi. Đà Lạt, Đà Nẵng, Đất Đỏ, Dầu Tiếng, Dĩ An, Điện Bàn, Điện Biên Phủ, Diên Khánh. Di Linh, Định Quán, Ninh Văn, Đông Anh, Đông Hà, Đồng Hới, Đông Triều, Đồng Xoài, Đức Tài, Dương Đông, Ea Drang, Gia Nghĩa, Giá Giai, Rồng Giềng, Gò Công, Gò Dầu, Hà Giang, Hải Dương. Hải Phòng, Hạ Long, Hà Nội, Hà Tiên, Hà Tĩnh, Hòa Bình, Hòa Hiệp Trung. Hoàng Mai, Hội An, Hồng Lĩnh, Hồng Ngự, Huế, Hưng Yên, Hương Thủy, Hương Trà. Liên Hương, Kiến Tường, Con Tum, Kỳ Anh, La Di, Lai Châu, Lạng Sơn, Lào Cai. Liên Hương, Liên Nghĩa, Lộc Thắng, Long Điền, Long Hải, Long Khánh, Long Mỹ, Long Thành, Long Xuyên, Minh Lương, Móng Cái, Mỹ An, Mỹ Tho, Mỹ Xuyên, Nam Căn, Nam Định, Nam Phước, Ngã Bảy, Ngã Năm. Nghĩa Lộ, Nhà Bè, Nha Trang, Như Quỳnh, Ninh Bình, Ninh Hòa, Nông Trường Mộc Châu, Núi Sập. Phan Giang Tháp Chàm, Phan Dí Cửa, Phan Thiết, Phổ Yên, Phúc Yên, Phủ Lý, Phú Mỹ, Phú Mỹ. Phước Dân, Phước Hải, Phước Long, Phú Phong, Phú Thiện, Phú Thọ, Pleiku. Quang Minh, Quảng Ngãi, Quảng Trị, Quảng Yên, Quy Nhơn, Rạch Giá, Sa Đéc, Sầm Sơn, Sóc Trăng, Sông Cầu, Sông Công, Sông Đốc, Sơn La, Sơn Tây, Tam Điệp, Tam Kỳ, Tân An, Tân Châu. Tân Hiệp, Tân Phú, Tân Phúc, Tân Nguyên, Tây Ninh, Thái Bình, Thái Hòa, Thái Nguyên. Thanh Hóa, Thành phố Hồ Chí Minh, Thuận An, Thủ Dầu Một, Trảng Bom, Châu Quỳ, Trà Vinh. Từ Sơn, Tuyên Quang, Tuy Hòa, Uông Bí, Vạn Giã, Việt Trì, Vinh, Vĩnh An. Vĩnh Châu, Vĩnh Long, Vĩnh Yên, Vị Thanh, Vũng Tàu, Xuân Mai, Yên Bái. Đây là những thành phố của Việt Nam. Việt Nam, đây là những thành phố của Việt Nam. Việt Nam, đây là những thành phố của Việt Nam. Việt Nam, đây là những thành phố của Việt Nam. Việt Nam,